Hey, brief follow up to the third to the last episode. You can see that my lineouts are growing because this is not going the way I thought it would. Of course, it's not. Better call Jimmy is what I'm saying now, because I think after tonight's episode, and I think we'll see in the last two episodes, that this has always been who Jimmy is. It's not about Saul. It's not about Gene. If there's another persona coming, it won't be about him. It's always Jimmy. And just like Chuck said, Chuck is going to be the one who was as mean as Chuck could be sometimes. He, I think, is going to be dead on 100% correct about poor Jimmy just not being able to help himself. I don't know. Again, I think these assumptions, some of them are still good. We are time leaping around all over the place now. Let me go back a little bit. Whoops. Seems to be now. Okay. Got the whole thing wrong about there. Of course, there was. I said there would be a Breaking Bad episode in quotes before I even knew the episode would be called Breaking Bad. It was not episode 12. Well, actually, we still know that there's two more scenes. There's a Walt scene and a Jesse scene coming up, so it could still be in episode 12. Probably will. So that may not be incorrect after all, but we did, of course, do a scene here in episode 11, and plus one with the mic. The whole Gene thing's wrong. I think Gene is going to be. It's been two episodes. There's going to be a third one coming up. The fourth and final episode may still be something else other than Gene, but I think Gene is going to be most of this final part of the series. Now, the one at the bottom, Kim will return in the final two episodes. Yeah, I think Kim is going to return in the next episode. The next episode, if in this episode, we found out that she's working at some sprinkler place in Florida, and Waterworks is the name of the next episode. So, that seems to match up. I think she'll probably come in toward the end of that. Just like, I think that one's going to be a correct prediction. Almost 100% there. I think she will be in the final two episodes, but she probably won't show up until toward the end of the next one. It'll be interesting to find out what the phone call was, because at first I thought maybe he just didn't have a chance to talk to her. She wasn't there. But the more I think about it, the more I think that he actually was talking to her, and she sort of rebuffed him in some way, and that made him mad, and that caused him to lose all his sense of any kind of common sense, and end up in the situation he's about to get into. Let's see. We're already past all of that. Most of this is turning out to be true. The Marion character, there have been all sorts of theories that she was in on some kind of scheme to catch up. We can get rid of all of that now. Marion was pretty much clueless, although by the end of this episode, she's starting to sense there's something wrong. She may, in fact, be the one who calls the cops on Gene. But I don't think there's no plot there. She's not. She pretty much is who she seems to be, I think. Let's see. Let's skip through here. We've already covered this. Now I'm giving up on the whole. Jimmy's going to redeem himself. Jimmy's not going to redeem himself. Jimmy's going to destroy himself. I was hoping against hope that would not be the case. I do think he's going to die by the end of the series. Somehow. Don't know how yet. I don't know if he's going to get caught, go to prison or not. He may, but we'll see. Let's see. On this one, definitely going to be some tension between Jimmy and Kim now, but I still think it's more just a personal I'm hurt kind of tension. I don't think it's some kind of nastier thing. I do think Jimmy's going to die. The whole scene with him cutting from the hole in the ground where he first met Walt, and Jesse, to him lying on his bed, that was very much a foreshadowing thing, just like they did with Walter White in Breaking Bad. I don't think there will be any kind of reconciliation in his mind with his brother. I think that's gone. Unfortunately, I think Jimmy is lost. I think that's where we're heading at the end of this. Tidbits to think about, so the ones at the top we talked about last week. The whole thing about the statement I thought was going to be Jesse that he was talking to. That turned out to be wrong. Unfortunately, it was not. Saul isn't coming back, but he's been relegated to the past. That's wrong in a way. We do see Jimmy / Saul reverting back to norm in this episode after the conversation with Kim on the phone or whoever it was on the phone. But again, it's not really Saul, it's Jimmy. It's always been Jimmy. Jimmy, I've added two at the end. Jimmy is doomed. Not sure exactly how yet. I felt pretty good about that one. And the one that's interesting is Kim is going to come back. What's happened to Kim? Has she gotten married? Has she just moved on with her life? And that's what he's mad about. She obviously still cares about him. She wouldn't have called and told Francesca that if she didn't. So it's not a thing that she doesn't care. And she's going to come back and try to save him. One of the things that have come out, the last two episode titles have been released. Like I said, Waterworks is the next one. And then Saul Gone, I think, is the last one, which is another kind of foreshadowing, I think. She's going to return and try to save him somehow. I don't think she's apparently not a lawyer, so I'm not sure what she's going to try to do, just try to pull him back from the brink or whatever. And that may end up dooming her, too. That's the interesting part of this. It also came out today that the song Wildfire, it's an old 70s soft rock song. You can look it up. In fact, I would recommend you look the lyrics up and just think about what the lyrics are saying. It seems to indicate that something bad's not only going to happen to Jimmy, but it's going to happen to Kim trying to save Jimmy, if I'm reading the lyrics of the song correctly. So that's the interesting part of this. Now, I did like this episode much more. It was a bit more like what I thought the 4 episodes toward the end would be like. I thought last week's episode was it was a little bit too much, too slow, too much time wasted. This one was moving around a lot, but they packed a lot of information in. We kind of know what's happened now post Breaking Bad. All this stuff has been seized. He has nothing left. Kim has rebuffed him, apparently. Jimmy's sort of going off on this nasty tangent. He's either going to get the guy killed that he's going after, he's going to get arrested, something like that's going to happen. I still think Jimmy's going to escape all of that somehow and go further in time as somebody else, because that has come out that there's going to be another persona. We still have yet to see that. But I think maybe Kim will be chasing after him, trying to find him, and it's going to get both of them in trouble. So we'll see about that. But those are my thoughts. Some of it's coming true. Most of it is not. That's been typically what happens with these. The writers always are very good about not doing exactly what you think they're going to do, which is one of the reasons why we love the show so much. So thanks a lot for listening. We'll see you again next week.